We're gonna start a show in any minute. Oh, we're on. Hi. Welcome to episode number 179 of Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes Secret Show. And I'm Patricia Steere, and Mark Sargent is here. Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
We are on the air and talking flats, talking about the eclipse, I would imagine will come up in this show. We've got the live chat going strong. Hello to everybody who is there. We've got our Illuminati New World Order game cards to continue discussing.
Yep.
Cool videos have come out. There's been some meetups that have happened and some yet to come. And I have a shirt with only one sleeve, and it happens to say mystery on it. So you go figure. Oh, and I also, I can hear something happening, Mark.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
Hang on.
Oh, it's finished. It's fixed. What was it?
I don't know.
It
I
was
think
me.
it was the beginning of the feed because I was going to take a look at the chat room.
Oh, well, please do. You do it this time. Usually it's me.
I'm going to try.
Yeah. Good luck.
So what do you want to talk about first?
Well, I want to see what's on your hat. It says obey on it. Are you trying to get people to do your bidding?
It does not say obey on it, nor does it say do bay on it. It is, see it? Whidbey.
Oh, Whidbey.
Whidbey.
Okay.
Whidbey Island. I'm actually getting another hat. I'm having this hat company do me a custom hat. This is being done by Savage Screen Print. Bring out the savage in you. And they did this hat. I actually saw this at the store the other day. This is one of the tourist hats up in Whidbey Island. And they're going to do another one, a special one on this type of hat that just says Whidbey Island, Washington on it. So that when I go around, when I start flying around and doing different little things, that I can represent the island.
What about one that says
Flat Earth? Well, the Flat Earth, actually nobody has sent me a Flat Earth hat yet.
Oh.
The closest thing I have, and I think I'll eventually give this away at one of the meetups. Hang on one second.
You're going to give away a worn hat?
I am.
That's sanitary.
There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason for this. And the reason is, okay, so let's see this hat right here. You probably recognize it, or maybe you don't.
Yes, that's the Matt Boylan Dragonfly Paint hat.
That is the Matt Boylan dragonflypaint.com hat. And I figure, and it's actually, it's got a little paint actually on the front of it right there.
And he gave that to you. Is this right?
No, I bought it from his store. He gave it to me, whatever. No, I bought it from his store back in 2015 when I was trying to, this was one of the few things that you could buy that was even Flat Earth related back then. And they was like, oh, wow, I got this actually from Matt Boylan's company. Well, turns out, like if you go to Matt Boylan's, not to dwell on this thing too much, when you go to the NASA channel's YouTube page, it's got that little link in the about thing that it goes to dragonflypaints.com. That link's dead. So I don't even know if he knows that. So it's gone. So this is a rare, hard to come by item.
And the paint is from something you've painted yourself then?
Yes. Yeah. No. I bought this straight from his store back in the day when he was just doing dragonflypaints.com. And I'm going to, I think, give this away at one of the meetups.
Why not?
Why did I bring that up? I brought this up because I haven't nobody has sent me a Flat Earth hat. I've only gotten shirts. I've gotten a ton of shirts and watches. And
are you begging for a hat right now, kind of?
No. But if I'm traveling around, I'm going to try to endorse this thing as much as possible. So I'm going to be wearing Flat Earth shirts and hats and my Flat Earth watch and anything I can. Trying to be a walking Flat Earth billboard,
right?
If I can. So this, anyway, you know where I'm going.
Sargent23@comcast.net if you want to send him a hat. I know Martin Leakey has one. I know they exist. I've seen people wear them.
Right. Yeah, just email me, msargent23@comcast.net if you want to send me a hat or anything. I've gotten some great stuff, as you know. I mean, I've gotten all so much cool stuff, but very few hats. And you would have thought, since I wear hats on this show most of the time.
Well, let me go into the live chat and say hello to all. PSYXIX Warrior and Toto Cult are here. Udina Walker as well. Good times for all too. And Fake is here. Flat Earth Crush, who says, how do we overlook Flat Earth hats? Jen L says Mark needs, with 2 asterisks, a Flat Earth hat. Zoe of Be Here in Love as well. What else? What else? Did I say Shane Corning? Maybe I did. Hello, Bill Keith. And Way BMX, who says, I want the dragonfly hats.
Yeah,
Anders Ace McLeod is here, Marilyn Wiseby, and I have met her in person now, which is cool. Don't forget to cover up if you go over there. They have a thing about hairy legs, is what she says. I'm not sure what she's talking about, but I think we'll come up with that in a minute as I go up. Yeah, Martin Leakey's saying he does have a flat Earth hat. A. Jace 1844 and Maggie M. Laurel Austin is here, and Timaeus as well. And I'm trying to find out about those hairy legs. Oh, there's Mr. Brittam, who is here. Probably to create some trouble, create some strife, but you are, as everyone is, welcome, as long as everyone behaves.
I don't know that name.
Yeah, I do lately, just sort of trolling. I don't know why he does it. Just don't know why.
But I mean, I usually know all the trolls' names, and I don't know.
No, he's not really a troll. He's a real flat Earth person, but just has been trying to troll me. You know, some people try to get under my skin.
Gotcha.
And they are met with the mask of lack of caring.
Deep down, she's crying inside.
Yeah, you can so tell I am, right? Yeah. The conspiracy theorist, and that's conspiracy theorist is here. Chris Topher as well, who says, oh my God, I just time traveled in 1979. Groovy. Yeah, I'm kind of 79ing it today.
It is kind of 79.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? Mr. Campbell is here, and Leslie Beckwith as well. Daniel Reza, and Zulu one, I already said. Luis Torres, Do You See, is saying hello to all. And Flat Earth Convention in Dubai. I saw you had posted something about that on your channel. Wow.
Yeah. I've been getting a lot of meetup stuff lately. Let me go into my thing real quick.
It would be amazing to go to Dubai. Since I live in Houston, Texas, and since Dubai involves oil and gas, a lot of people who live in Houston do go to Dubai fairly regularly. I've not been. I'm not in the oil and gas industry, but I do know people who have been, and they say it is definitely a once in a lifetime experience if you're only going there once. You know what I'm trying to say? It's crazy there. It's incredibly hot, incredibly modern, cutting edge, incredibly wealthy, and also, you know, there's poverty very close and around.
Not as wealthy as it used to be, though. As you know, I did a radio station interview there, a last-minute radio station. I think it was a morning show, and I've got a friend there who's a pilot, a 777 pilot, who flies out of Dubai. That's his home base, and they call it right now it's called like the unfinished city, because when all that huge influx of money was coming in, people were starting projects with reckless abandon. And then the money kind of eased off a bit, and so now there's a whole bunch of buildings that are just empty. I mean, the framework's up, but there's nobody in them. Kind of like the real estate bubble in the United States. A little bit different though for Dubai. Yeah. Imagine a lot of skyscrapers just sitting there. Yeah, that's kind of sad, actually. But I still would jump at the chance to go to Dubai if that opportunity came my way. And then you probably saw the one that I did or maybe you didn't because you were getting ready for stuff. Sarasota, Florida. I didn't notice that they had one. That's great. 4 hours old. That's it. I just put up the trailer for it 4 hours ago. Yay, Sarasota. Sarasota, Florida. In the house. And I just got a phone call an hour before we came on because I was harping on people last night. You know, remember the two biggest cities in this country haven't done a meetup yet: New York and Los Angeles. And I'm going, why the heck? New York, people are saying, oh, because they're grumpy. It's like, okay, I get that, but they're California? Not grumpy in New York. People from New York. Oh my God, are you serious? Come on. I did support for years and years and years, and you could literally plot a graph on level of grumpiness going from west to east, just cranking up the dial. Well, do you think that places where there's lots of activity and busyness and mixing of cultures and public transportation usage and buildings very close together with the chance of rodents or roaches traveling from dirty place to clean place and really high prices might make people slightly mad? Yeah, probably. Yeah. All those things. Is it the fault of New Yorkers? Well, I'm going to put a little blame on them. Yeah. Anyway, the point is they haven't done a meetup yet. They haven't done.
They're so mad.
Well, come on. It's like meetup. I'm too busy cursing out cab drivers and yelling at pizza delivery guys.
You know, New York is more than just Manhattan, and Manhattan's awesome if you have lots of money. But you know, other than that,
I know. But California has no excuse. I mean, California is the weirdest state in the union. That's the most populous state in the union. So what? Why haven't they done it? So literally an hour before this thing, somebody called me because I mentioned. He goes, "Yeah, I'd like to do one in Los Angeles. How do I get that going?" I'm going, "It's not hard. Just pick a restaurant, and then let me know when it's going to be and what your contact info is. And that's it. I've got the templates. I'll throw it up there in less than 30 minutes. I'm not going to guarantee 30 minutes like a pizza guy, but I can get up there pretty quick." And
hot and fresh from Mark Sargent, just call.
Nice. Oh no, don't say that. So, but look at all the meetups we've had that I put up. Like I'm just looking at the list, like Sarasota, Dubai, England, Charlotte, Phoenix, Chicago, all the ones that Flat Earth Asshole did, the Houston one that you did. I did 2 small ones in Canada, for God's sakes. So any city that's out there, you got no excuse. Literally, find a bar. I mean, the Phoenix one, they've done 3 already in a food court at a mall.
They're hungry for Flat Earth in Phoenix.
Well, you know what I'm saying. It's good. It's good. But you know what I mean? I mean, you could do it anywhere. You can do it at a park. You don't even have to go to a food court if you don't.
Yeah. I mean, we just did the Orange Julius. Now, those were the days, my friend.
I know, right?
Yeah,
with or without egg, you know?
Now, see, my mother, this is before I was vegan, would make homemade Orange Julius using a blender and an orange or orange juice, and then crack an egg in there. And I don't know if there was water or I think maybe milk, and then blend it up with a touch of vanilla extract. And that would be sort of our version of an Orange Julius. But when we went to the mall, we were allowed to get an Orange Julius. It was a big treat in the 70s. Did they sell them with egg?
Yeah. You can get them with or without.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
That's where
that was one of the things, because it threw people, because you'd see them making it.
Right.
And you go, wait, what's happening there? And get that frothiness.
You could never do that now because
no,
so much stuff in the 70s was just straight up death. But we all survived just fine.
except for the ones who didn't.
Exactly, and they're not here to tell the tale.
The Dennis Leary thing, where they would give out real bow and arrow sets to kids, lawn darts. That was a thing. Lawn darts, a real product, steel tipped. Throw them up in the air,
like this big.
Oh yeah, they were
heavy
huge and big and heavy, and they were great as long as there was no drinking or you knew how to use them.
Right, and as long as your little brother just didn't happen to run in front of you as you threw one.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, thank God the tips weren't that sharp. If the tips were sharp, they would have culled our numbers pretty quickly.
We're laughing about mayhem, but that's the way the show goes. I have a meetup coming up. I've got another one. I do want to talk about the one at Leamington Spa and
go ahead.
Keith Nathan Oakley. I'll get to that in a bit, but I've got another one coming up. And this is in, ready for it?
Ready.
Battle Creek, Michigan. It's going to be Thursday, the 24th of August, sometime in the evening at a bowling alley as yet to be determined. I'm flying to Battle Creek, Michigan, because my niece is getting married and getting married on that Saturday. So I'm coming in on the Wednesday, and then Thursday I'm doing a meetup. I'll figure out what bowling alley it is. It has to be in Battle Creek, Michigan, not Kalamazoo, where I grew up, not Grand Rapids, where my niece lives, but it has to be where her wedding is going to be. So
I am going to one before you're going to one, though.
Yes, I know you are. And today I was toying with the idea of going myself, but I haven't got around to it yet. So tell us about it.
If you go, hey, it'd be great. If you don't go,
it'll be better.
I wasn't going to say that about you.
No, of course not.
No, I'm going to go to the Danune Institute of Biblical Research Presents Summer 2017 conference at the Holiday Inn Gwinnett Center in Atlanta. The big face-off is going to be Saturday with Zen Garcia versus Dr. Stephen Pigeon. The total conference price is $25, and that is August 5th and 6th. So coming up next, I'm leaving a week from Friday.
Yeah. So if I go, all I need is $25 ticket and airfare and hotel accommodations at the Holiday Inn. That's it, right?
Right. And it's pretty cheap. I think
it is inexpensive.
It was like $80 a night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
Oh, it was dirt cheap. But let's talk. Well, no, we'll talk about the hotel thing, compare it in a little bit. So anyway, I'm going to that. I am not presenting. I am just going there, hanging out, rubbing elbows with everybody, and having fun. It is a biblical conference, so if you have some sort of skin reaction to a church, omen style, holy water affects you in a derogatory manner, I would not recommend attending.
Yes.
But also after that, so after your thing, there is another one on takeontheworld17.com, September 15th and 17th. Somebody just asked me today, is anything happening in Ohio? A meetup in Ohio? Go, yes. As a matter of fact, there is in Cleveland, Ohio. Rob Skiba and Amber Plaster are going to be doing their thing. It's not a debate, but it's going to be in Cleveland. It's going to be another biblical
Cleveland
thing.
rocks, or so I've heard.
Well, Cleveland's also going through a bunch of turmoil because one of their favorite flat earthers, Kyrie Irving, is asking to be traded. And so he's now back in the news, helping us because he's back in the news, but he wants to be traded, and they're gonna bring up the flat.
Where does he want to go? To the flattest state?
That's good. No, I don't. He doesn't know where. He just wants to go somewhere. But it
he wants to go where there's more money.
Well, no, it's not that. It's LeBron James, who's in this part of his career where it's like every year I should be able to win a title. So if I'm not winning a title this year in this city, and I don't think we can win it next year, I'm going to be traded to a city. He's basically thinking of going to LA. Shocker. Trying to create another super team. And it's like, okay, I see what you're doing there, but you're leaving your guys in the lurch. And your second best guy, Kyrie Irving, is like, I don't want to stay. LeBron's leaving. So now Kyrie wants to go. So it didn't start with Kyrie, but the stuff is good. Anyway, so if you guys want more information on that with the Rob Skiba thing, contact Chris Bailey at 440-668-6373, or just go to takeontheworld17.com.
Okay.
There you go.
So for more information about my flat earth bowling, pretty cool, right? You have to pay for your own shoes and your own bowling ball. I mean, I'm just setting the meetup up and showing up and hoping that I won't be throwing a gutter ball down the lane by myself. If so, I'll have fun. But it's Thursday, the 24th of August. For more information, I put some information in the description box of this video and all videos leading up to that. It just says contact me for more info. At this point, I don't have a bowling alley picked or an exact time. I should probably do that in the next few days, and then I'll put more information in the description box.
Another last minute meetup, just so you guys know, the Flat Earth meetup, the second one for Las Vegas, is tomorrow. So if you guys want information on that, just type in Flat Earth Meetup Las Vegas, and it'll give you all the info. And then we also finished... Today's the 23rd. Yeah, 3 days ago we finished the Flat Earth Meetup Hawaii. We still don't have the footage from that. Where Bob from Globebusters.
Oh, that'll be good. Really
that'll be fun. I can't wait. I hope a lot of people. Well, I hope people shot stuff because that'd be really fun.
I really want to go to Hawaii, and I used to live in California, and it was somewhat closer. And why didn't I go then? I just didn't. Now here I am in Houston, and it is much further away. But someday I'm going to go. My sister's been. She loved it. My niece has been too. Loved it.
You and I are in the same boat. I have never been.
Yeah,
I've been to all sorts of fun places: St. Thomas, St. John, Barbados, Mexico, the Middle East. But I was invited to go. I think it was mostly because it was family stuff. Family was like, oh yeah, there's like there was always a group going, a big group. It's like, no, I'll pass. And it just kept happening over and over. I mean, like 5 different times to where I'm going, no, because it was like the same people. It's like the same 3 or 4 families. And it's like,
I really want to go. So this year I had an excuse why I didn't go, because I was doing the thing at the Leamington Spa in the UK. And that was a really great meetup. It was well put together by Nathan Oakley, Martin Liedtke. So many fine people were there. I landed and came in to my hotel, a really cool hotel called the Mallory. And Nathan picked me up from the airport. And I started feeling a little tired, but that's normal for jet lag. And when I got to my hotel, it was 2 hours before I could check in. And it was a really nice hotel that had a spa, you know, the kind of spa that has massages, that sort of thing,
Right.
Facials, and they do a pedicure. That's about all they do.
Yes. So pitch me an olive, won't you, boy? Yeah, those sort of things.
No, they didn't have that.
Yeah, sure.
You know, they didn't do makeup or any of that stuff, but it was the spa, like a, you know, those sorts of things.
Handheld fans, that sort of stuff.
Exactly. Made from human skin. Joking. Yeah. So I said, well, I can't go into my room. I'd love to sleep because I was tired from the plane. But how about if I get a massage? It'll be like I'm laying down and I'll be relaxing from the jet lag and then killing that time. And by the time I get to my room, I'll just fall asleep and the next day's the meetup. Well, I got a great massage, lovely facial, went up into my room, took a shower, lay down in bed, and woke up with the start of a major migraine headache that culminated when Nathan picked me up the next day to go to the meetup. When I sat down in the back of his car, or in the front of his car, I felt this feeling like shaky, and the pain started coming over my left eye. And by the time we got there, I actually felt like I was going to fall down. I was there talking with people, I would say maybe an hour. Maybe it was 2 hours. I have no idea. Maybe let's just say a good solid hour. So I did meet a lot of people, but I ended up missing a few key people because I had to leave. I was going to literally fall down. I sat on a blanket. Those pictures are out somewhere on the internet for a little while, but that's all I could do at that point. The headache was so painful and my hands were shaking. No idea why. I talked to the people at the spa, as did Nora, No One's Flower, who said that sometimes if you get one of those detoxifying massages, that you can have toxins come out of you and it creates a headache. So maybe I caused it myself. Anyway, so my apologies to anybody that I didn't meet while I was there because, yeah, that happened. So
that's cool. It happens. No worries.
Yeah. Really disappointing. You feel like I want a do-over, but I know I'll be back to the UK. So
sure.
And I'm going to go to the UK conference. I know you're a speaker at the event next year, but I'm definitely going to attend. So
cool.
That's when I'm going to be back next.
That'll be fun.
So what else were we going to talk about? A lot of things.
Oh, well, let's talk about the eclipse.
Yes. I used a thumbnail of a cat who has sort of a divided face. So it's the eclipse kitty. The whole eclipse is, to me, the eclipse proves that we don't live on a globe in some strange way. The size of the path that the eclipse is supposed to cut across the United States is much smaller than it should be.
Well, in fact, I'm going to be releasing a video after we're done with this, where the Washington Post was trying to explain why it's even going in that direction. Because it's not so, it should, everyone's saying, why is it going from west to east? Why, how is that exactly working? And nobody in the Washington Post office could answer it. And so then they bounced it off a NASA guy. And the answer he gave was, unless I'm completely missing something here, was dead.
Because it has to be? Is that their answer?
He was saying what the answer he gave was, exactly, was dead wrong. Would you say, no, the Earth is spinning the moon's actually traveling faster around the Earth than the Earth is spinning. I'm going, whoa, no. The Earth actually rotates 27 times by the time the moon gets around it once. So in fact, the animation they showed was the exact opposite, where the moon was tracking pretty much just a hair faster than the Earth's rotating. I'm going, no.
It looked like it wasn't even moving at all in that animation, kind of.
Well, the computer animation. I mean, it wasn't the photography one where we saw that 20 frames, 20 frames of high def, where the moon's tracking across it. I mean, it was just a straight up computer animation. I'm watching this. I'm going, it's wrong. It's dead wrong. If you believe mainstream science, and for those of you guys who are and we'll talk about the eclipse in a bunch, but the moon. If you believe mainstream science, it takes 27.3 days for the moon to orbit the Earth. But meaning, and by that rationale, the Earth has already spun 27 times around by the time it's gone around. It's a lot of revolutions in that time. And anyway, so
the eclipse, in one way or the other, shows us that we don't live on a ball. If you're willing to look into flat Earth.
And for those of you who don't know, who've been living in a cave for a little while, and I actually was one of them because I really didn't pay attention to this, even though Daniel asked me. You remember you and I were talking. He was like,
yes.
He asked me, he goes, hey, you want to meet up in Oregon and do the eclipse thing? I'm going, yeah, whatever, eclipse. Because up until now, you and I have never seen it in our lifetimes. Well, not human lifetimes anyway. The lizard lifetimes. Where we, it hasn't happened in 99 years. Literally has not even had and come close. You guys got to see the graphics, and I put up on the first video that I released. It was a mirror of somebody else play. I put in a little graphic, so I'm doing a little video of my own where I'm including some Washington Post things. But it is amazing the coverage of that this eclipse will have in the United States. Basically, if you live in the United States, it's United States only, and if you live anywhere in the United States, you will see this. I don't care where you are. In fact, I'm looking at the map right now, and I think.
But according to the map, only if you're in the center of that band will you get a good view that lasts more than a minute.
Well, you'll get 100% coverage, right? Yeah, you'll get 100% coverage. But even if you are in Los Angeles, you're looking at just over 70% coverage. If you're in New York, you're looking at 70%. Denver is at 90%. Seattle is at 90%. I don't even have to go anywhere, and it'll be 90% here. If I drive just a little ways south, then yeah, I can get 100%. The cities that it's going through are fascinating. I should rattle off some of the cities for you.
Yeah, please.
So like the first one, the reason why everyone's cramming into Oregon is because it's the first city in the United States that's going to hit this, unless you're in a boat off somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. So Salem, Oregon is going to be the first city, and this is part of the dark band, the total blackout that's going through.
That's going to cause some conspiracy theorists. Salem, Oregon.
Oh yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, if you're going to do some ritual stuff, I mean, I've never seen, I'm looking at the band right now. It literally cuts the country in half. It is fascinating to where this thing is going. So it goes through, and it's not a straight line either. It goes through kind of a curved line through the United States. So it goes through Salem, Oregon at about 10 in the morning. And I tried to book a flight a couple days ago. You cannot get in. You will not be able to fly into Salem. Oh, there are no hotels in Salem. The whole city. They're
in money heaven right now. Everything's solidly booked.
And the cities around them, Portland, which is a big city just north of Salem, which is not in the band. It's still at like 94, 95%. Portland, the flights are running out fast if you even want to fly into Portland. But the hotels, even a mid-range hotel is going for $500 a night. And those will sell out here pretty quick because, of course, all the media is going to pile in because they want to get to the first city and record this thing as quickly as possible. Other cities, so it's going to be going next to Boise, Idaho, down through near Cheyenne, Wyoming, through St. Louis, Lincoln, Nebraska, St. Louis, Missouri, right over the St. Louis, Missouri, Nashville, Tennessee, and then the last city that it goes through, that we're talking the total blackout line, is Charleston, South Carolina, Charleston. But and on top of that, so that's just the 100% blackout line. Remember, if you're anywhere, you will not be able to miss it. I don't care where you are in the United States. This will affect you in some way. And since it's toward, the back part of August, chances of cloud cover are not going to be great. So you're going to have a really good chance at seeing this.
This is exciting.
But think about the people, and you can't bank on this anyway, but think of the people that are by happenstance flying between, during that time, between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Think of the people that are in the air, because they're going to be above the weather anyway. And all of a sudden, the pilots are going to be, oh, if you look out, look out the right side of the plane, you'll see first eclipse in a century. And people go, wow, and everyone will be getting their phones. And I know NASA's doing some special airplane things where
that's all they can do is special airplanes.
Yeah, that's really what they're doing. They're going to get above the weather. Anyone that's smart, I'm sure there's some private jets doing some rituals where they're flying, next to this thing. But it's amazing. I mean,
is NASA's ISS going to be doing? Is the ISS going to be doing something special?
I highly doubt it. Well, no, because technically they're, if you believe that, they're not going to be outside the range of this thing. But it starts just offshore in the Pacific Ocean and it ends just after it gets past the Bermuda Triangle. And the United States is the only one to see it. It's a US only deal.
Wow.
Very, very interesting. So August 21st, mark it on your calendar. That starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is 1 o'clock Eastern.
Right.
And
we'll be discussing this more. Everyone's going to be discussing this more as, as we near toward that. We've got quite a bit of time. You know, there was a couple of people in the chat. Fakay is one. I might be pronouncing the name incorrectly, who said, going back to what I was talking about, how I had a detox massage and then had a horrible headache.
Right.
He said it was the Herxheimer reaction. And I thought he was making it up.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. Herxheimer reaction, a short-term detoxification reaction in the body. As the body detoxifies, it's not uncommon to experience headache, muscle pain, chills, malaise, nausea. I felt like I was going to throw up, and other symptoms. That's what I had.
In hindsight, probably shouldn't have gotten the massage.
Yeah. Well, I had 2 hours before I checked into my room. What else was I going to do? Sleep in the lobby? I should have.
A lot of people would have slept in the lobby.
Yeah, I know. But
I know it's that sort of thing simply isn't done. I know the line.
No. It just appealed to me to have a massage. Wouldn't it appeal to most everyone? Sure. I'll do that. Never again. Before an event, anyway. Let me go into the live chat and say hello. We still have our Illuminati New World Order cards to talk about.
Oh, right. We gotta break those out.
We'll get to those in a second. I think I gave mine to you last time. I don't remember. I'll look.
I will teleport them back this time.
Okay. The conspiracy theorist says, either way, half moon, straight line, can't figure it out. Stranger XX says the 21st is the alignment period. And Dina Walker said I should have slept on a park bench like she used to. Yeah. There's always an option.
Absolutely.
Paul, a knowledge scavenger, is in our chat, leaving a link for an eclipse animation showing issues with the globular model. And Darren Nicholson is saying, hi. Flat Earth Alaska is saying, well, that is old news, Pat. I have no idea what he's talking about. Fire Goggles is here. And Fire Goggles says we all live in Hypercube. Get over it. Okay. Bill Keith says I should have visited a dinosaur museum. So who else is here? Hey, Vegan Warrior says, as long as vegans breathe air, they will have toxins just like everybody else, just not as much as non-vegans. Yes, indeed, that is true. And I think flying in general fills your body with all sorts of toxins. I just feel gross after flying. I think most of us do. You don't?
No, but I remember I used to do it for a living. So I
fly fairly frequently, but the seat, the back where you put your head, you could get pretty OCD once you start thinking about people just sweating in this seat, person after person after person after person.
See, I really don't.
Well,
go down that path.
I
know. I zone out, and I can camp out basically anywhere.
I can too, but there's that part of me that realizes the truth of the situation that I'm in and all the germs and gross things. I can turn it off, but I still know it's true. I can still enjoy the moment, enjoy the experience, but there's that part of me thinking, don't want to think about it too much. So anyway, you know what? Child says they should give a warning about the possible headache when giving the massage. They did tell me to drink lots of water. So maybe that's their way around it, to flush the toxins out. I did, obviously not enough. Anyway, so shall we go straight for the Illuminati?
Oh, yeah.
People already say we have when we started doing
Illuminati confirmed.
You've got the cards. I don't have them.
So I've got the Illuminati New World Order limited edition starter set that was given to me by
You've got mine. Will you hand mine over?
Ready?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I got it.
Cool.
All right, I got them. Yeah. Hope these are mine, not yours. You might have given me the wrong ones.
We'll find out. Teleportation.
Because we've got different ones.
I got to figure out where we left off.
I don't remember.
Let's see. I think I ended on. I know. Yeah, I only did a set of black. You know what? I'm gonna move my cards around. I know where I did 5 cards, 5 black cards. So now I'm gonna do red ones, and it's in alphabetical order.
Okay, I'm ready with mine whenever you are.
All right. Well, so you want me to do my 5 first?
If you want.
Okay. So the Illuminati. In fact, I'll show you the back of the card first. So it says Illuminati New World Order card.
Mm-hmm.
And my first one is Madison Avenue.
We were just talking about New York.
Yep, there you go. And
what does it say on there? You need more stuff?
It's mostly going to no, the quotes aren't really good on these. I don't know why.
Yeah, I wish they had more descriptions of what the cards mean.
Other suckers. Hang on.
When you hold stuff up close, don't hold it as close to the camera because your camera blurs it.
It is morally wrong to allow suckers to keep their money.
I bet a lot of people say that who have lots of money.
That's the one. This one here, I'll move it forward until see that one? This one's called Moonies.
That's perfect. Guys? I remember the Moonies.
Remember the Moonies? Yep. Very cool. And their quote, if I can read it, they're harmless, they're annoying, and they're watching every airport in the world right now. It's good. Actually, I'm sorry. This is a black card. This is called Never Surrender.
It looks like a doctor. Is that a doctor who's...
No, it's a guy with a bandage over his head like a Nick Fury. And he's saying... Nope, there's no quote on that one. That's the suck thing about it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He's not wearing a bandage. He just has silver hair and sunglasses.
See, I saw that green shirt and it looked like Scrubs.
It seems like a racial crime, like a police officer is attacking an Asian man. I don't know. Don't know what that's from. My 4th card is called Nobel Peace Prize.
What the heck kind of outfit is that?
I know. It seems like it's a grandmother.
That's a funny thing for me to say, of all people.
It's a grandmother, and I don't know
say
why.
That when they see me.
No, this is not the Patricia Steere card. No, this lady is way too old, and you're like, what, 39?
Show the card again, because I ruined it by laughing.
Seriously? Yeah. All right. Nobel Peace Prize. It is a grandma wearing a peace gold medal.
That's a weird outfit.
Yeah, I know. And last but not least is straight up ninja.
Ninjas. That particular selection of cards didn't really do anything for me. What about you?
Well,
all right.
And yeah, it didn't do anything for me either.
Just last ninjas. Time we had some good. We'll see. Maybe mine will be good.
What do you got on your side?
All right. Here's the first one. Mine has it says car bomb, and the license plate says NWO New World Order. Now we do know that car bombs are something that happens all the time. So, I mean, if this is forecasting the future, it's pretty correct, pretty spot on. The next one is dictatorship, which goes with the news that we've been experiencing since these came out. And that particular dictator has a look that is probably what would pop into your mind if you thought dictator. So, up next, dentists.
Dentists? With the fluoride?
Maybe. I was thinking the fluoride, but look how he looks. And look how horrible and just barbaric dentistry looks when you think about it and when you look at this card.
But the dentists nowadays aren't exactly the dentists of the old days.
True.
Where you had foot crank drills.
Oh, just the idea. My teeth are so sensitive that even getting them cleaned, I have to have my gums desensitized with a shot.
Yeah, you really can't do olden times.
No, I can't.
No time travel with dentists.
No.
Not going to happen.
No, not anytime soon. Here's a funny one. Dan Quayle. Remember when he couldn't spell potato?
Oh, it's good. Dan
Look at him
Quayle.
holding that.
I have not even heard that name in a long time.
Yeah, Dan Quayle. Look at that potato spud. Flat Earth and
Nice.
other hot potatoes right here in the Illuminati game.
There you go. There's the potato reference.
Next up, eco gorillas. Eco, sorry. Well, ecological. Eco.
Either one.
Yeah,
Potato,
there's one that's better, and I'm not sure which.
But look what's happening with the look at the moon up there.
Let me check.
Is it a moon?
The moon looks like it's,
or is it an eclipse?
Maybe. Ooh, well,
maybe. So, but eco-terrorist, nice.
Eco. Okay, I did my 5.
Cool.
That's it. They're okay. Those were okay.
Happens. You still haven't gotten the good ones. I mean, I've got a funny feeling you've got the Twin Towers card and probably the Flat Earth card.
Nice. I hope I do. Do I win something if I get the good cards?
What? How about my friendship? Yes. Lifelong. Okay.
I thought I had that anyway.
Well, you'd think that.
Yeah.
So what you want me to go over some of the videos that
yes, and I'm trying to fit my cards back in the box. Somehow they're not going back in the way they.
Okay, so I mirrored.
Oh wait, here, take this. You keep these because the cats might chew them. So wait.
All right, go ahead.
You there? Okay, wait.
Yeah.
All right, keep them safe.
All right, got it. I mirrored a video. You guys should check it out if you get a chance, from Mike Helmick, where there was, and it's not a flat Earth guy, but there's every once in a while you get military guys that have enough charisma and public speaking skills that they'll go on the talking circuit. And this was an SR-71 pilot who's been traveling around the country talking about, how cool the SR-71 is, because it's very, very fast, even though it's outdated. It went from birth to retirement, and nobody even knew it was a real spy plane. It was talk about a secret that was kept. That thing flew all its major missions, and nobody knew it was even there. It was that fast and flew that high. But what he was saying, and I don't know if you caught it, but he sure did, and he broke it down in the video. And it's a short video. It's not very long. It's only a few minutes, where the guy was talking on audio about how when they would fly from, let's say, Nevada all the way across Montana, down to Arizona, back over to the West Coast, and then back up to Nevada, and they do all that in about 2 hours because the thing was just screamingly fast. But he said at 90,000 feet, he could see extreme distances, very, very far. Like he said, for example, he could see Los Angeles from Tucson, Arizona. And Mike was going, I don't think you should be able to see Los Angeles from Tucson, Arizona, even at 90,000 feet. And the guy went on to even take it a step further, and he said that he could see the entire Rocky Mountain range, the mountains, going all the way from Arizona or Colorado, or where he was, all the way up into Canada, which should be way too far. If you believe in the curvature of the Earth, he should not be able to see it. Everyone thinks should be sloping down. And there's certain objects, again, over the hill, you should not be able to see. And I thought that was fascinating. So I mirrored it, and it's scoring 90. It's 400 to 10. So it's scoring pretty well. And again, this is not a flat earther. This is just a straight up United States Air Force SR-71 pilot who is talking about what he can see at high altitudes. Fantastic. Great. Could not have worked better for us. And it's already got 5,600 views, and it's only been out 3 days.
Wow.
So, wonderful. Thank you for Mike. And I put a link to Mike's thing in there, and glad that Mike's doing some great work. He's catching some fantastic stuff. I love it.
Mike Helmick, for those who didn't catch his name.
Go ahead.
Now, I know that there's a billboard that DITRH is funding for, and
Yes.
I know you've got the information on it at your fingertips, because I heard you talk about it last night, and I've heard other times last night on TFR, Truth Frequency Radio, on the Strange World show. So
I have my finger on the pulse of everything that is flat Earth, or at least I try. And yes, the DITRH is doing a billboard that's going up near the conference center in Raleigh, North Carolina. The GoFundMe is called A Stranger's Guide to FE Billboard. It's going to run September, October, and November. It is going to be a printed billboard, not a digital one. And he was saying that, we could send people to stand under it with flat Earth signs when we are there, and I agree. So if you want more information than that, you're going to have to email DITRH directly or just contact him through his YouTube page, which is called DITRH.
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
There was something about DITRH that I was trying to remember that I was going to
Homosexual?
mention. No, everyone knows that already.
He beats children?
Something different.
Eats children.
No, no, and no, by the way. We don't want to be rumor spreaders.
Right. Got it. DITRH is none of those things.
Not at all. As far as we know.
You know how that works. It's like, also, by the way, ESPN Radio, because remember I told you that Kyrie Irving of the current Cleveland Cavaliers is looking to be traded. ESPN Radio brought up the whole flat earth thing, and the guy it was Marcellus. Remember, he was the guy from, was it Sports Nation on ESPN? He was one of our champions. He was the guy that was talking to, Chris Pratt, the actor, and he's got his own radio show down in Los Angeles, and so he was defending us. So a little quick thing for Bob from Globebusters, if he's listening, that was not Kyrie arguing for the flat earth. It was actually the host of the show, Marcellus. So I thought that was excellent. Good for him.
Let's see. I want to say hi to Rebel, who's in our chat right now and shouting me out, as they say. And she was at the IPS art show. Saw her there and saw a bunch of flat earthers there. And then they did a tram ride. You can find all that on IPS's channel. So hats off to him. He asked people to send in art. They sent in art. And he had an art show as promised. So good stuff.
I don't know if you caught it, but I chopped up what I could out of it, and I made a video called Flat Earth Art Show Highlights, New Mexico. You guys can check it out on my channel, and IPS is narrating the whole thing, and it was really cool. He did a nice job. It was fun to watch. I actually, when he was walking around the room describing everything, yes, I had to cringe when it got over the We Are Mark Sargent painting, with me looking like, again, a Shrek ripoff from Disney, and I hope they don't sue. But the rest of the stuff was outstanding. There was sculptures, there's paintings, and there's books and buttons and all sorts of great stuff. I loved it.
I think it's great.
And they all went for a tram ride.
Isn't that nice? I wouldn't have been scared to be on the tram ride. Some people were saying, "Oh, vertigo," or
well, yeah, if you don't like heights, yeah, tram rides.
I mean, I don't want to be pushed out of a building. I don't like heights in that way, but I would not be afraid of anything like that.
I mean, the chance of the cable snapping and then you plunging with a whole bunch of people, to your horrible, jagged metal death, that's not a good thing to think about.
You know what? Skydiving, I'm not brave enough to skydive. What about you?
I was bribed not to skydive. I wanted to skydive as early as I
forgot that story.
As early as college, I wanted to skydive because Death and I have been dancing for a long time, and my parents actually paid me to not skydive. They said, whatever you need. I go, car stereo with subwoofer. He said, yeah, and they absolutely went for it. There wasn't even a hesitation. I go, shoot, I should have asked.
So kids,
never take the first offer.
Learn that lesson. Even if you don't want to skydive, just go home and tell your parents that you do.
You want to skydive? Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, it was a the tandem jump, where you're attached to somebody else, and I thought it would have been awesome. And in fact, it was
I want to do a tandem jump. If I would want to do it, I'd want to go on my own. I don't need nobody holding me back.
Well, I don't think they let you do it.
I know. They're not holding you back. They're preventing you from dying.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. You've seen all the television things and movies. There's a lot of people that get up there and then just can't do it.
Some people black out.
Well, yeah, that's another reason why you don't want to go on your own the first time.
Right.
But once you can get the adrenaline going, and here's the thing, I knew guys, and then I regret it later. In fact, I was working with construction guys. It becomes like an adrenaline thrill, like for cops when they're chasing people, to where they're guys that'll just spend an entire day jumping 15 times, just jumping. You just get that thrill.
What about bungee jumping off a very high bridge? Would that appeal to you?
Different, I think. No. I mean, I suppose it'd be fine. It just wouldn't be the same, though.
Yeah, I'm not really into that. I'm not into adventure sports.
You could say that you did it, but at the same time, it's not as, I hate to use the word epic, but it's not. It's like, yeah, fine, you jumped off a bridge, but That just seems more like a dare. Skydiving is a total committal.
Right. That's true. My niece just did some skydiving herself and her fiance. Might as well do that duo death wish first before you say I do. And that's just what they did. Here's what they've done so far. Well, they've been together for a while. They both graduated law school. They both live in Michigan. They're getting married, like I said at the start of the show, in Battle Creek, Michigan at the end of August. They went to India. She got some kind of horrible illness, like I don't remember, one of those names like Berry, where she was quite sick for the whole trip, but she was in India and then just went skydiving and now is about to get married. I'm not sure which is scarier, Berry, skydiving, or getting married. But my niece is done and will do all three in quick succession. So hats off to Ashley Nicole Anderson just for one more month or so. So she'll be last name Drent soon. So let's see. Martin Liedke is saying that somebody that he knows named Eddie or Edie is a dog who lost 5 pups, and she is at the vet's and is very sick. So warm thoughts for the dog. And I think the dog's name might be Tick. I'm a little bit confused.
Tick the dog?
Yeah, but I'm confused with the name Eddie and Tick. So, but everyone who knows in the chat knows what I'm talking about. There is a dog who needs our warm thoughts. Joey Sylvie has a birthday, so happy birthday. Want to say hello to Twitwit and Channel Q. Channel Q is saying there's an article in Sports Illustrated about Flat Earth. Did you see an article in Sports Illustrated about Flat Earth? No, Mark rushes to his computer.
What?
Now, you know what? If there was, Mark would know.
I would know this.
He would. And because he would know, he would let all of us know.
I mean, I thought it was slipping like last night during the show. Let's see.
Channel Q, correct?
I don't know yet. Hang on.
All right, I'm going to say hi to Bob from Globebusters. Globebusters is in Lanai. Lanai? Isn't a Lanai a building? I'm confused.
No, wait, Sports Illustrated, no.
But Bob is in Hawaii still, is what I'm trying to say.
No, I don't see. Somebody send me the link if Sports Illustrated actually did a thing on it. So like 6 hours ago, Yahoo Sports, 7 things Kyrie Irving should have been saying with his, they're saying, people are talking about the flat earth thing, how it might affect his trade, whatever. Not going to happen.
I'll see if Bob comes back. I mean, obviously he's.
It's actually good that he's looking for a trade. It totally puts him back in the spotlight.
Yeah, but is he going to talk flat earth again? I don't think he will.
No, he probably won't talk about flat earth, but other people will.
True.
I do not see it. I do not see the Sports Illustrated art if there is a thing.
So Channel Q could be just.
Candy was referencing movies. You know me and movies, and she goes, "Oh, you do that movie Fallout." I'm going, Fallout. It's like no. I mean, there is a Fallout like movie that's talking about being made, but she was killing me. It's like me and science fiction movies.
Well, Channel Q is saying, I know something Mark doesn't know.
What?
I don't know. So.
Oh no, it doesn't happen.
We don't know.
It doesn't happen.
Okay, it's Titch the dog. Titch.
Oh, that's better. That's way better than Tick.
Yeah. So we don't really know exactly. Fallout is a video game, Ginger Sugar Bush says, and Fallout Boy is a band or artist or something like that.
Another local paper that's tied to the Raleigh, North Carolina thing.
Yes.
They wrote an article on flat earth. It's called the Lake Norman Citizen, your town, your newspaper. Right. And
living on Lake Norman, life would be so nice, so calm. Flat earthers coming in your town would kind of mess things up.
The bold paragraph is great. It's called Flat Out Fun. Talkers admit to usually having fun with these items and usually approaching them with the same crystal clear commitment that one exhibits when berating the neighbor's rooster for crowing at 4 a.m. on a Saturday after a late Friday night. But this one has us stymied at least a little bit. And I'll end it on this sentence. It seems that the Flat Earth International Conference is A, real event, and B, coming to Cary in November. So then, and they do a little thing on it. So if you guys want to leave a comment, by all means. Check that out. It's the Lake Norman Citizen.
Mhm.
Imagine as we
Seems
draw
like
closer.
something from back in the 50s, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would think so.
Well, I've been looking in the live chat, and Channel Q has not come back to say what he was talking about or she was talking about. Oh, yes. I've got the link, has been said. So,
Did I tell you, by the way, that I had a video? I didn't get a copy. I'm copyright clean. You knew that because the trailer park thing was overturned.
yes, yes.
And which was good. I was like, look, claim fair use. Got a little advice from ODD because just go for it, man. Just do it. It's like, all right, fine. And I did, and I saved their nasty emails. Just it wasn't the trailer park boys themselves. Those guys I'm sure are cool. They're from Canada. It was the company that they hired to do their YouTube thing. But I had a video blocked after months and months. Do you know what it was? It was the Daniel Tosh clip that I used. Daniel Tosh from Tosh.0. They blocked it after X number of months, and they're owned by, I think, Viacom. Viacom owns, so they're huge, and they're not going to listen to me anyway. Do you know how many hits that thing had before they blocked it? 500,000.
Amazing.
I know.
And there's nothing you can do. You can't.
Nah, well, I tried to appeal it. You can file a dispute, and literally they had an automated response to it where I got it's been submitted. It's been ignored. It's been, they said, nope, not a chance. And then if I appeal it a second time and they disagree, because all they have to do is disagree, because it's not a copyright strike thing. So it's not against your channel. Just saying, look, we're just going to block it. We don't care about your channel. We're just blocking it worldwide.
Right.
And if you annoy them the second time, they'll give you a strike just for doing that. Just for bugging them.
You fly, you kid, get off my lawn.
It's like whack. And I have no doubt that I sent it. I will get the strike literally within 30 seconds after sending it to them. So what's the point?
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, all right, fine. I got the 500,000 hits on it. I'm not going to delete the video. I'm just going to keep it because it's not blown away like it is with a copyright strike. It's left. It's just blocked. So it's in my editor.
Right.
But other people they left, which was
you
fine.
Sound like you just became a frog for a moment. You became a young man, a boy.
No, Patricia, that's not supposed to talk.
Oh.
We're online.
Channel Q was right. Channel Q has posted a link from Sports Illustrated, March 28th of 2017. And the article is entitled, Why Athletes Are Drawn to the Flat Earth Theory.
Oh, no, that's March. I know that one.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
I know that. I saw the article. I wasn't going to narrate it because there was so much stuff coming in around then.
Right. But you were thinking that
but
it was
yes, I saw that. It's an interesting one, and I'm glad they ran it. Super, super great. Again, there's more exposure, the better.
Fanny Lancer is in the chat and says, my glasses are porn. Because porn is very 70s, and the glasses are very 70s.
Yeah. I mean, they are very 70s. Seriously, where'd you get them?
I'm not telling my sources.
I like it. It's just like if you actually said from the 70s, I'd be worried.
No, they're reproduction of 70s glasses, though, for sure.
No, I dig them. I like them better than some of your others.
I've got so many.
Do they hurt? It's still going to bug your nose?
Yes, they'll make, if I take them off right now where these nose pieces are, there will be 2 red welts. It's not so good. Bob of Glowbusters says he's walking around the beach. Is he just trying to make us jealous?
Yeah, it's pretty much it.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Bob. You should ask him if he's got Bob. I know he's not going to work on his videos till he comes back, but hopefully other people that went, hopefully he's got some good footage. I think that'd be kind of fun.
I'm sure he does. So thanks to Channel Q. And he is definitely saying that he did know something you didn't know, even if it was March. So.
Well, no, he didn't know. I knew. I read that. Are you kidding? I look at this stuff literally all the time. I knew the article. I thought it was like recent.
Funny.
I want to say. Someone tried to correct me because I did the Flat Earth meetup for Dubai, and I used a Hindi song, "Tunak Tunak Tune" by.
I know that song. That's a good song.
Yeah, that's internet lore right there. If you grew up with the internet, that was such a great song, and it's still used in weddings even today. It's just it's a cool song, but it's Indian. It's East Indian. It's not Middle Eastern. But I think it's got the same sort of flavor to it because when I kept reading the comments on that song, you know, when it came out before it had 50 million hits. And there's so many people that kept going, oh, it's terrorist music. It's like, because you know, if you don't know the language, it has sort of that same inflection that
Is
Middle
someone
Eastern
really going to say something as inane as that sort of music is terrorist music?
Well, you know the stuff we push here. You
I
kidding?
mean, sometimes the Star Spangled Banner is terrorist music. I mean, who are the terrorists? Much of the time.
One man's hero is another war criminal.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Right.
Therefore, these glasses.
But that was a great song, so I had to include it, and I thought it was kind of cool.
I want to say hi to Jonathan Doherty, and he's in Florida. Twitwit says the glasses are straight out of Boogie Nights. Yeah, kind of Boogie Nights for sure. Yep. Christopher says the glasses came in my time machine.
Yep. All you need is a swimming pool and then the heels with the heavy wooden.
Oh, they were called Candies, not Candy Franklin. They were called Candies. Candies heels. They didn't have a back. You just put your foot in them, exposed toes, chunky wood heel.
Yep.
Something funny was just said by Bill Keith. Oh, yes. Those are my missing glasses from my yearbook senior photo. My dad had glasses like this in the 70s.
Yeah, so did my dad. Only my dad actually had clear version and
a yellowish version, right? My dad had
yellowish version, which now would be considered shooting glasses. Now all the yellow versions are shooting glasses, and of course the sunglass version, which made him look pretty much like a Secret Service agent.
My dad, at the time when he wore these glasses in the 70s, not these, but similar, he had a reddish gold mustache, a thick Tom Selleck sort of mustache. So when he came to pick me up, because when I was in college, I was in ROTC, and he came to pick me up from one of the military bases that we were doing a thing at, and he was wearing like one of those, I don't know, London fog trench coats. And those glasses in the shades, and you know, just walking around looking stuff. Everyone was convinced he was some sort of agent. That's crazy.
Hilarious. It's like your dad worked for the agency. I was going, no, man. But he did. He looked the part.
My dad had two cars, a red Cadillac Eldorado with a white leather interior and white top during the time when he had these glasses, and a white Corvette with a white leather interior.
Wow.
So
nice.
Went well with the glasses.
A white on white vet?
Yes, white on white. Yes, it was white on white. Yes.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
I would have totally dug that.
I mean, I wouldn't want the red Cadillac Eldorado, but in a way it was sort of cool.
Nice.
For its time. What else is going on here? Hello to Bling Bling, the BS of the ISS. Just came out with some new videos today. I've not yet watched them. Who says her prescription is so strong that she'd look like a space alien if she had glasses like that. Yeah. Timaeus is right that the glasses are 70s, but the shirt is 80s. It's true. Yeah. My mystery shirt, to play off the fact that people are saying I'm fill in the blank. It's a mystery.
Oh yeah, yeah. Seriously, with the glasses and that particular shade of shirt and the little logo on the front, it's got 1979 written all over it.
Kind of, yeah.
You probably inspired the Smashing Pumpkins song 1979.
Well, you know, there's people out there who go through many videos and try to find little things that will, like, confirmation bias things,
right?
That we are whatever it is that they hate about us. And so I figured I'd wear this shirt so that they can have their fun and potentially make some kind of video, because when you have a really unpopular channel, you tend to talk about other people as opposed to your own ideas. That's
right.
What they do. What else? Christopher says, what's flat earth? Never heard of it.
That's funny. I should mention the other video that I mirrored this morning, which was from Flat Max UK. He sent, I don't know if you were carboned on, he sent it to a whole bunch of people. And it was swear to God.
Okay. It's exactly this time, every time when we do a show, that you hear the sirens.
That's because when we pipe in the background sounds, I told him, I said, look, randomize it, and hopefully nobody picked up on it. And thank you for bringing it up on the show.
Oh, sorry. So they're putting background sounds in to make it appear as if you're actually in like a real house in Whidbey Island as opposed to an underground bunker.
Right.
Oh, sorry, I should have.
Exactly. And I would have thought that the sirens I thought they were a little much, to be
Right.
honest.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, so the video is called, I called it Flat Earth, the Nikon P900, and but this is the most important one. These words, which are going to be used more and more over the next coming weeks and months. Oh boy, is it Fata? Fata Morgana. Fata Morgana?
Fata. I've heard Fata.
Fata Morgana, which he really went into, and he with the P900 himself shooting some stuff over in the UK, and it was fantastic. He was basically showing the effect. And he said, look, there is a layer of visual instability right off the water whenever you're using water, which of course is why it'd be great if we had more frozen lakes to shoot over, or frozen, chunks of frozen ocean, although that wouldn't be very pleasant to walk out. And you'd think the Russian community will be able to chime in on this eventually, because they have a whole bunch of frozen stuff. But it was great. And it was, again, short video, maybe little less than 9 minutes. Great stuff. So I mirrored it because he doesn't have a whole lot of people on his channel. And you guys want to see some wonderful visual distortions for those who keep saying, oh, no, there's a curve. You can look over the water. No, it's not there. It's the exact opposite.
I want to say hello to a woman who is a painter, and her name is Paula. Her last name is Urzica, and I might be pronouncing that incorrectly, Urzica. I met her in Leamington Spa at the Flat Earth Mixer with Nathan Oakley and Martin Liedeke and a bunch of other people. And she is just a beautiful, beautiful woman. And it's not a very good picture of either of us, but there she is standing next to me.
Hey,
and
look at that.
She's just a wonderful, beautiful, creative, intelligent, cool woman who listens to long form shows like this while she paints. And she brought me cat toys for my cats.
Oh,
that was so nice of somebody to do that. So hello, Paula. And I appreciate you doing that. And I really wish she lived near me, because I could tell we would, although I was ill when we met and feeling horrible with a headache, I could tell that we would be friends if we were, well, I'll say we're friends now, sure. But, we'd go do things together if we were able to do that kind of thing.
Cool.
So let's see. I want to read some emails. Oh, here's another picture of some people. I'll see if I can get this picture blown up so I can show. There we go. It's kind of a cool pic. This is sent from a guy named Gary. And Gary is the one standing next to me. I'm the one in the big white hat. And then there's Nathan Oakley and Nora No One's Flower. There we are at the...
Oh, that's nice.
This is before I sort of started feeling super, super, super bad. But Gary sent this picture. What a nice guy. He came with a friend of his, and we just hung out and had a lovely conversation. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
And as we were doing the first part of the show, I just got another email from a guy that wants to do a documentary series for Amazon on the Flat Earth.
What?
I know. Just came in not very long ago we started the show.
A documentary series on what?
Amazon. Amazon has turned in, they make so much money now, they're also doing their own productions.
I didn't know
kind of like Netflix.
Wow.
So, yeah. Cross my fingers. I'll email him back after we're done, but that's fantastic.
Email him back now while we're doing the show.
No. We'll be fine. An hour isn't going to kill it.
So cool.
I mean, everybody else is still, we're still waiting on and somebody emailed me about the dragonfly paint hat.
Said they want it.
Is dome breaking. Could you locate me one? Matt scares me, or I'd ask him.
Oh,
no, I don't think Matt's got any. I mean, seriously, if you go to the NASA channel and you click on Dragonfly Paints, that link is dead. So this may be one of the only ones you can get. I'm not going to sell it on eBay or anything, but I do plan on giving it away. That's the next thing I go to.
Let's see. I am looking.
Now, if you can get Matt to sign it, that would be
sign it and paint.
So, paint it. Yeah, paint. If you could paint a girl on the hat.
Right. There you go. Only wearing a small little strip of clothing. We have Ewan Jones, who writes about the Leamington Spa meetup. I met him there, and his girlfriend. And he said, I want to apologize for coming across as a little bit of a jerk talking with you. And I made a stupid comment about Mark being a tough guy because he's a sergeant. I think Mark is a truly remarkable man, very courageous and confident. So it's nice, right? Because he made some comment about, oh, Mark can take the heat because he's a sergeant. And then I maybe he saw the expression on my face where I looked shocked, but really it was probably because I was feeling sick. And he had to write me to just make sure that he knew that what he had said wasn't there to offend you. So the channel is F.E. Risen, R-I-S-E-N, Ewan Jones. And I met him and his girlfriends. And he said that all in all, I want to thank you and want to be more a part of Flat Earth because of what Mark and yourself and others have accomplished thus far with gathering the community together, hoping for a change for the better, like the rest of us, I guess. And I will help as best as I can down in my area. I'm thinking of trying a meetup closer to my home to see if there's people in my rural area who have enlightened minds. Kind regards, Ewan Jones, or Ewan Jones, E-W-A-N. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but
you know, when you grow up with the last name Sargent, you hear the jokes pretty much since day one. But it's not something that you can really, you know, you're not going to make fun of the military. It's like, oh, Sargent, like, oh yeah. And then people ask, well, you know, are you going to go in the military? And like, yeah, I did do ROTC. And in fact, I got more hell once I went down that path for a little while because, you know, because they don't want, that is actually one of those names you do not want in the military because it causes confusion and people think that, oh, you know, he thinks he's some sort of Destiny's Child type of thing. Right. My father in the Air Force, when he had to answer the phone, first sergeant, you have to say first sergeant, sergeant. And people kept thinking he was screwing up. He got in trouble all the time for that. You know, like normally supposed to say First Sergeant Cooper or First Sergeant whatever it is. But no, he had to say First Sergeant Sergeant, even though it's spelled differently.
Well, I don't know much about the military, but I think you'd be a higher rank than a sergeant.
And of course, you already know the story, which you want to talk about statistical improbability.
Yeah, your high school.
120 kids in my high school class, and we literally had 3 military ranks in the same class. Elisa Colonel, Pam Major, and Mark Sargent. First, I didn't like the fact that I was the only enlisted man because, you know, it goes sergeant, you know, the major's higher than sergeant, and then colonel's higher than major. But what are the odds? Seriously.
Did you date Pam?
I knew her. I knew her very well. As a matter of fact, she dated one of my friends, and Elisa Colonel dated one of my friends, which was weird. But in fact, it was interesting because I remember Elisa Colonel dating just briefly a guy named Mike Bunker. That's a military term, bunker.
Oh, but wow, that's so weird.
But you want to know, here's a weirder one for you. So my grandfather on the sergeant's side, right? He married his wife's name, or let's say my dad's parents' name were George Sargent, and his mom's name was literally Phyllis Cannon. C-A-N-N-O-N. That was her last name. It's like, really, a sergeant marrying a cannon? That was just freaky. So very interesting.
I have something similar, but not as cool. Growing up, last name Steere. That is a bull, castrated bull.
Right.
And my best girlfriend's name was Fish. And my other best girlfriend's last name was Salmon. So we were like all animals.
That is kind of interesting.
Okay, so check this out. I'm going to have to block out my address because I followed. I'm just going to fold it. Remember last week I did a show with you and I did the Eldon card at-home blood test to find out your blood type.
Right.
And
yep.
I botched it so bad and it fell on the floor and I didn't tilt the card the way it was supposed to. And I said I'd order a new card and do it over again. Well, the blood results did dry. I'm going to block out my address. I folded the card. They did dry, and I don't think they're accurate because of all the things I did wrong.
Right.
But it does look like at least from this blood test that I did, it looks like I am an O positive, which is the most common blood type that there is. I wish I had the card that you compare this to.
Really?
But I'm going to do it again. I have the brand new still sealed test, and I'm going to do it not here. I'm going to do it off air. But this one looks like, it looks, by the looks of it, that looks like an O positive, but it's, I think I used the same stick to mix two of them when I wasn't supposed to. So it could be wrong.
See, I did not know that O positive, and not by much, by the way. O positive is at 38%, A positive is 34, B positive 9, and then it goes to O negative. See, I thought O negative would have been the most rare, but apparently the most rare is AB negative.
I know O negative is Nathan Oakley. I wanted to be something rare, not something common, but I did say, I bet I'm the most common blood type. I've been told, oh, you're Rh negative. I can just tell by looking at you. And I'm like, I don't think you really can,
Yeah.
Who knows?
I did not realize that AB negative.
Now that we know what we know from flat Earth, the fact that you've got, quote, monkey blood in you and all of that, that goes right out of the window because evolution goes out of the window. And if someone wants to believe you're seeded from aliens from another planet out in the universe, which would make you Rh negative, well, that goes right out of the window too, although it could be from across the plane. But I just consider myself, as I do everyone else, to be purpose created here to live on the plane. So whatever my blood type is, it is.
I do remember the stories though years ago where they were saying that because looking at the stats here, which is the positive blood types come in at about 84%, negative comes in at 16, which is a huge difference. So
wait, you don't know yours? You said.
No, they wouldn't tell me. I asked them specifically because I've always wanted to know. And during the surgery, I thought they would have, because I signed up, said, hey, you can give me blood, and which means they have to test for it right then and there. And they never told me. So
they have this little blood type thing that it comes with. It tells you the things about your blood type and what they could mean, but it almost reminds me of a fortune cookie. Like you're an O type, which this card says I am, but I'm going to retest. And I did another one that says I was RH something, but I forgot. So I don't know if these are that reliable. It says you're strong, you're a leader, and you're self-reliant. I mean, okay, so that's what an O is. Here's what they say about A's. I'm just picking A randomly. You're analytical, you're settled, you're visionary. None of them say you're a real jerk. People should stay away from you. You're, dangerous. They all say something good.
Yeah, made by the same people that make the placemats at Chinese restaurants with the horoscopes on them.
Yes, exactly. I've been craving Chinese food lately. It's really weird. Just had to bring that up.
Have you?
Since you mentioned that. I did make my own ramen noodle vegan soup and posted it on my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram. I have Instagram, so follow me. If you want to know where the Instagram is, go to the description box of this video and all my videos. My Instagram and my Twitter are listed, and the Facebook page for Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes. I've got an email from Melody, Melodie Taylor, who writes, I listen to your shows, and I'll be attending the Flat Earth Conference in North Carolina this fall. I'm visiting family for 2 months, and I'd love to know of any meetups in the area. I live in Costa Rica and don't do Facebook or even have a phone at this point. I ran away from the system as much as I could. Lucky woman. She writes, I try to catch your shows, but if you can put me into an email group for meetups near Houston, you'd be doing me a service. I need to be with some real earthers. Real earthers. I like that. And she adds that she's going to go through Wednesday's chat to see what you learned about your blood type. She says it does affect your metabolism. I mean, there's books called Blood Type Diet, but I briefly scanned what O is supposed to eat, and it says you're supposed to eat meat. And it doesn't matter if I am blood type O or I am supposed to eat meat, I'm not. So I think I'll be okay.
That guy
In many years, I'm fine.
The guy that won the hat, by the way, actually wrote me.
He did.
He goes, it's awesome. You read my email. I will be at the Zen Garcia debate in Flatlanta. It's good. I haven't heard anyone say that. Let me know when you're in town. It'd be great to meet up before. I don't know. I'm not coming in early on this one. I'm just coming in, shaking hands or shaking babies, kissing hands. And, it's the mix up of the politician thing.
Yes, I know.
And I'm, but if you're gonna be at the debate, then absolutely, we'll spend some time there. Don't know how much time I'll have, but it should be fun. So, yeah.
Crazy Flat Lady is in the chat talking about the blood type diets. Martin Liedke, former Flat Earth P. Myres is here as well. Fanny Lancer is being kind of crazy.
P. Myres is in there?
Yeah, well, I think, or it's a trolling account of Myres.
Why?
As long as people are nice and don't just say horrible things, they're fine. Nicole Cote is saying, yum, vegan ramen. Nicole Cote. Can't wait to meet her in North Carolina for the conference.
Can I address real quick?
No.
Not a gossip. Right.
No.
Go ahead. That's
No.
fine. That's fine.
Yes, go ahead.
I want to address, and I'm not trying to create drama or
Gossip.
anything.
Ooh,
What?
gossip.
No,
Everyone.
no, it's not gossip. Gossip. We want gossip. I stole that straight out of Meatballs, 1979. Bill Murray.
Anything with Bill Murray from those camp type of movies. Loved him.
He almost didn't do that show, and you know who directed and wrote it? Harold Ramis.
What's his name? Harold Ramis. Yep.
Yeah. Who they collaborated. They just became a team.
And he's dead now, isn't he?
Yeah, he died, which is why they did. Remember, we talked about that. Which is why they did the Ghostbusters remake.
Oh yes. Okay.
It was for Harold. Anyway, sorry. I want to address it because some people have been asking me, what the heck is the deal with this photos guy? Because he keeps going into every one of your videos and posting the same thing. And I just want to address it real quick. He is not a troll. He is actually a flat earther. He is from a different camp, though. He is from Dell's camp, and I only found that out recently. And I'd like to personally apologize because I thought it was Matt Boylan, to be honest. You know, painting, photos.
I knew it was somebody who wants you to get out there and do street activism.
Yes,
this person doesn't like you doing what you do. He wants you to do what he wants you to do.
Well, yeah. Well, he wants me to.
Wrong. I think that's wrong. I think everyone should be able to do flat Earth the way they want to do flat Earth.
Preaching to the choir, baby.
Nobody should tell anybody, do it like I do it. Talk about what I want you to talk about.
Anyway, the point was I saw him in Dell's chat because I will watch Dell's show from time to time. Yeah. I'll watch it. And I saw him in chat. He said, oh, I'm going to call in. I'm going, okay, well, I got to see who this guy is. He's just some guy from the UK. And he, seems like a normal, everyday flat earther. But if you're not doing street activism, he hates you. He just hates you. And so he just keeps posting. He's like, talk about street activism. Go on the street, hand out flyers, put them on windshields. And like, so all the work I've done so far to date, that counts for nothing. All the contacts I've set up, all the interviews, the 750 videos on my channel.
You woke me up. You woke a ton of people who are in this live chat up and some who aren't. The thing about it is people have freedom across the plane to do whatever they want to do. And that includes not even paying any attention at all to flat Earth. Right. That includes being a globe Earth believer. But if you're a flat earther, I have no business ever telling you what to talk about on your channel. I would never consider it. I don't
lecture people.
I don't control other people. I don't micromanage other people. People can do whatever they want. And if somebody comes on my channel, tries to tell me what I should talk about, or if they go on other people's channel complaining about me, wishing I were talking about something other than what I'm talking about, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to do what I want to do. And I know you feel the same way. You've done a lot of good for flat Earth. This photos person could and maybe has done a lot of good for flat Earth doing street activism. More power to him. I hope he does much more of it.
I don't know if he does. He doesn't certainly post any videos on the subject.
Most people who try to tell others what to do don't do much except tell others what to do.
You know where I'm going with this. Look, it takes a village. Everybody's got their own skill set.
Yes.
Everybody's got their own skill. Everybody does something different. Some people have, everyone's got their own creative outlet. And for me, and I've already said this, I said this to Karen on the hangout we did a while ago. And you said, define what your role is. And I go, for me, I'm the Flat Earth tour guide. That's a shirt right there. But you might as well have a sign on the back saying, ask me about Flat Earth, because that's what I do. I walk you around either the university or factory or whatever you want to call it. And I say, so what's happening in Flat Earth? Over here, we got some long distance photography tests. Over here, we have some weather balloons. If you want to know more about that stuff,
here we've got street activism.
Exactly.
Right.
There's all sorts of things, but I usually will give you the 50,000-foot view of what's going on. Like, look, I know where everything is, but I'm not going to, go down to the granular level on everything because there's too much to cover.
But there you are. You're going to a flat Earth debate.
Right. I'm flying out to the debate. I will be talking about it. And look, every time I get interviewed and I'm talking to a lot of people simultaneously. And I take as many phone calls as I can.
Yes.
Pro and con. You're not going to see me on a sidewalk going hand to hand with somebody.
But that doesn't mean that you feel it's beneath you or anything. It's
it's just not my thing.
Just like I don't do experiments. It's just not my thing.
No.
But I interview people who do. I appreciate it. I appreciate the street activism. I appreciate all of it. We need all of us doing all of the things we do.
Right.
Just like
I'm never going to condemn, as long as you're doing your flat earth thing. Hey, not to use that stupid 60s saying, but let your freak flag fly, right?
Exactly.
Whatever you want to do. Hey, cool, great. As long as it's benefiting the community, cool. I'm not going to point at you and say you should totally change up your game and go whatever you're comfortable with.
And I'm the kind of person, if somebody tries to tell me what to do,
you're not
I'm not gonna
that type person.
If somebody wants to assist me in learning more information about something specific, I'm all for that. But if there are people who are just straight up telling me, you shouldn't do that, you should do this, I'm like, that's a garage door.
You're the opposite. What was that quote that you said? Those suitcases aren't going to move themselves. All right. Something like that. And forget about a tip. So, yeah.
Well, Authentic Intent, who I interviewed a couple shows back. That's a guy who's
you interviewed him?
Yeah.
Holy crap, I missed that one.
With amazing street activism.
Oh, right. No, I did catch part of that.
Yeah, okay. Amazing.
May I address that just for a short moment?
Of course.
And that is, look, I don't know what you got against what I'm doing, but
Wait, who?
We're talking about the same guy, right?
No, I don't think you're...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, you're absolutely right. I was talking about
Authentic Intent.
No, Authentic Intent is totally fine. He's totally fine. Nothing's wrong with that. I was talking about
Authentic Intent is a guy named Joshua, and I interviewed
Right. No, he's great. No, he's fantastic.
You're talking about
Subtle Infinity.
Oh, let's not even go there.
But no, I got to bring it up real quick. I got to bring it up because especially after what he did today.
I don't know what he did today.
He went on with IPS and was just going on his freaking tear. And it's like, look, I'm focusing on flat Earth. That's my thing.
Okay. So he's
any other background story around flat Earth, if it's not directly tied to flat Earth, chances are I'm not going to cover it.
Everything's tied to flat Earth, but he wants.
You know what I mean, though.
He wants you, myself, Jaron, and maybe Glowbusters and Eric Dubay to talk about the Aboriginal people and Native people.
Well, let me
and
homogenize
saying that we're not
demographic suffering.
Talk about that.
That's what he wants to talk about. He wants to talk about demographic suffering. It's like, yeah, fine. But for me, the structure of the flat Earth is my focal point. I appreciate, look, every group's got their own thing that they went through. But it's not my focal point. It's not. So,
and that's fine. And it's fine that he's talking about these things. I think it's great. He's bringing things to light that others have not. And we're all bringing things to light that others have not.
Passionate guy. I'm not going to say anything bad about him, but you can't, again, I hate to say this, but I treat it almost the same as I do the street activism thing.
It's like, part of the wheel. The cogs, we're all cogs in the wheel, and we're all pushing the wheel forward. We need to talk about where we came from so we don't make mistakes in going forward.
Sure.
We need to find out how we got under the thumb of the powers that should not be. Yes. And Subtle Infinity is the man to do it, and other people. And we need to do street activism. There are many people, Dell and Authentic Intent and a billion others who are doing that sort of thing. We need to have art. We need artists out there. We need people doing music, singers and such, to get flat Earth out there. We need people doing billboards. We need people doing fundraisers. We need people writing books. We need people doing interviews. We need people being like a flat Earth tour guide like you. We need people who are in the chats and being supportive and adding their own ideas. We need all of us doing what we do. So more power to all of us. If somebody wants to criticize one of us for not doing it the way they want to do it, they can do that too. It's fine. But I'm still going to stay the course with what I'm doing. And I know you're going to do the same.
With me, look, there has not been a single lick of solicitation when it comes to what I've done so far. Everything has come to me. So if the thing that just happened just now, Amazon production site, they want to do a documentary, literally just happened. These sort of things happen to me all the time. So why would I go down a different path if this path is very well lit? It's wherever life's taking me, it's not shy about showing me which path to take. It's like, this seems like the right one because there's a huge amount of breadcrumbs going in that direction.
Yeah, you're doing the thing that it's almost like you've been called to do. We've got Crazy Flat Lady saying, I'm a card-carrying Choctaw, and I'm not griping about anything different than the normal evils. And we have Choctaw, like Choctaw Indian. Ukdina Walker is saying, I used to be a really angry truth seeker, and then I moved past that. So these are two people who are part of the group that Subtle Infinity in some cases has spoke of, who understand that what he's talking about, that there's a lot of, I'm speaking for these two ladies, there's a lot of validity in what he says, but also there's a lot of validity in all of us doing the things that we're the strongest at to get this thing, getting the powers that should not be wrestled to the ground and getting the world that's supposed to be ours back in our hands. That's what we're all trying to do here. So
agreed.
Five Arts Liberalis says, after 70,000, oops, it just disappeared. Sorry. The chat just went, thunk. I'll try to find it later. That's so weird. The chat
chat died?
No, it didn't die. It, there was one person who did a lot of trolling and they got deleted. And so the chat jumped. Oh. I'll find it later. It was a good comment.
By the way, trolls, I understand. At least, know thy enemy. Trolls, I get. It's the flat earthers that are fickle about their alliances, for lack of a better word. Those are the ones that drive me nuts, because you interview somebody and then 4 weeks later it's like, I hate her so much. It's like, really? Are we doing this high school shit? Really?
Yeah, well, people want to. That's up to them. That's their life that they're wasting. Tamaya says that Aboriginals are not Native Americans. I know that. That's not the only thing.
No, he was talking a whole nother.
Subtle Infinity speaks of Native Americans, Aboriginals, African Americans, everything. So yeah. I'm just saying these are two particular women who are in the chat saying, I am part of the group that he's speaking of, the people who have been downtrodden, and I'm happy with the way that things are going with Flat Earth, with everyone doing their own thing. So, yeah, whatever. It's fine.
I hear you.
It's good that somebody's speaking out, and he is.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
He is, and it's great. We need somebody like that.
Yeah.
I would never
don't berate me for not.
No, I would never tell him to do anything different than what he's doing. If he is called to do what he's doing, go ahead. Go ahead.
Man seemed very angry towards me, and I was a little surprised. It's like, I'm a nice guy.
You are a nice guy.
Truthfully.
Indeed.
Right up to the point I kill you.
Bling Bling, the BS of the ISS says, totally, Mark. I've had a few flat earthers call me names, etc. Yeah, it is. It's true.
Look, I haven't changed. The good thing about me is I've not changed my message since we've been starting this. I've towed the line, doing it as clearly and concisely as I can. I'm just looking through videos that have been made over the last week. I'm
kind of trying to find the thing I was speaking of before, but anyway, I won't be able to. But anyway, it was a good comment. Effie New England is asking what your hat says, and we already spoke about that earlier. So Mark, you have to speak to show it.
Whidbey, WHIDBEY.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as Whidbey Island, the place where I was born and raised. Well, actually, I was born in Seattle because Whidbey didn't really have hospitals at the time. And that's what I went through the Whidbey school system.
So it's their fault, is what you're saying?
No, this is like the Kyrie Irving thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, great. Whidbey apparently, their high schoolers still count numbers with their fingers and toes and then maybe some sticks. No, it is. No, you know me, I was a pretty normal guy growing up.
Yep.
But it's a cool place. Rural island north of Seattle.
I like it there.
Cool.
It's very pretty. A Flat Journey says, flat earthers should support each other instead of adding to the nasty that we already face. Open enough to convert to flat earth, but then mean If a theory is not 100% in line with theirs, it makes no sense to me. Well
I
said.
agree, but as you know, the tough part is the conspiracy people, as a rule, are so naturally suspicious that it does not take much to set them off. Which is why I joke around a lot, because if I
and I
don't
joke
joke
around too. I'm wearing a shirt that says mystery. I mean, you have to joke around about this overt paranoia.
Yeah, because otherwise people are going to just keep squinting at you and look for anything. It's like, look, I'll make stuff up all the time when it comes to little fun things.
Yeah, like we say, we're in the agency and all that.
Exactly.
If you're gonna accuse me of stuff, I'll play it up because I can't stop you from making the accusation.
Yeah. And if you're gonna call me if you're gonna call me controlled opposition, and I know it's a tall order for me to ask this, pick a group. No one to this day has said that I work. I mean, at least with you, they say, "Oh, you work for the CIA." Who the heck do I work for? FBI, CIA, DOD, Naval Intelligence, some alphabet group nobody's ever heard of.
Exactly.
Am I even an American agent? Could I be, British, Russian, perhaps?
No, I think you hit on it.
Definitely not Chinese.
I don't know. Plastic surgery.
No, that'd be a tall order.
Subtle Infinity is passionate about what he talks about, and I'll give him hats off to that.
I'm not saying that he's passionate. I'm just saying that using as much profanity as he does, followed by Mark Sargent, as much as he does, like, come on, man.
Well, you know what?
We've never even met. We've never even exchanged emails. At least
he's passionate about what he's doing, but he also wants us to talk about him, and we are doing that right now. So,
all right, we're talking about him, but I'm still not going to change my mantra and what I'm doing with this. Everything's been working great so far. Why would I change it at this point? And I mean, modify a few things here and there, but like my decision to perhaps kill Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Chris Topher says flat earth is about critical thinking, but some flat earthers want you to think just like them. Okay.
I'm thinking blunt force trauma, by the way. Oh, did you see that little clip that I used?
Couldn't you just rig a rake that he could step on so he would actually be hurting himself? And
yeah, but you got to put a nail on the end of that rake.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, it's just going to hurt. He's going to go, ow, instead of falling backwards. Did you see that little clip? And it's from one of his old Cosmos episodes. He was trying to be funny, but I'm totally using this thing from now on, until they copyright it anyway, which is him getting smacked in the head with the ball that he pushes off. He's trying to explain that, like a ball and a pendulum. He knows. He goes, why didn't I flinch? Because science says that, that it's not going to come back up faster than I dropped it. And, before he says that, of course, the thing comes back faster and hits him in the head. And I thought it was great. It's like, you're great, funny little skit. But at the same time, it's something that I've been harping on, and that is science is not always right. It's not.
I want to say that I want to say hello to Jibby Jedi and Shruminati and Wisdom of Full Weakness. He says, you're a man in black.
Who, me?
Wave MIP says, you're Project Bluebeam.
Wow.
That's funny.
That's good.
Fanny Lancer is speaking of a person who reads things into my personality and claims I'm all sorts of things I'm not. That Fanny Lancer is saying, I'll tell so-and-so that you were wearing a shirt that says mystery. He will be like, this is another piece of the jigsaw puzzle. It's all encoded. It's all coming together now. Miss Steere. E.
Well, yeah. If you spell... For those who haven't picked up on this yet, Patricia signs her emails Miss Steere, but since her last name is not spelled Steer, it is Steere. Phonetically, it kind of comes out as Mystery.
Oh, and that particular person just popped in our chat and is asking me about my fake mustache from last week, but I don't know why. But anyway, it was a good... people. Five Arts Liberalis said after 7,000 years, they will probably find McDonald's fries that are still fresh. That's what I was trying to read earlier, and it disappeared. And it was about something else we were speaking of. So
I'm looking at chat, by the way, now, and I'm doing my headphones because that way it eliminates that little weird echo.
So Flat Earth New England, that was successful. Did we touch on that?
That was one of them that was out there. There's been so many Flat Earth meetups. Now we're getting repeats. So
Right.
like the next Phoenix one will be its 4th. Vegas is going to have its 2nd. The New England, although I think they actually had one before that. New England's going to be doing theirs. Plus all the ones, I don't know the ones that Flat Earth Asshole went through, if they're doing repeats after he was gone. Maybe.
Ginger Sugarbush is saying my fake mustache was pretty funny. Thanks.
Sergeant Pepper. No, Sergeant Prepper is what you should be doing. Because I'm actually a survivalist
You
on
are
top
a
of it.
prepper.
I am a prepper.
It's
If you guys want a free survival guide, just email me at msargent23@comcast.net and I will send you my survival guide called.
It's always good. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted.
That's right. Called Empty Shelves.
It is always good to have a good supply of food stocked away in your home and necessities in case you've got a blackout or there's an earthquake or fire, something. You need all that stuff. So
Jeremiah said that he's going to be doing the debate Saturday. We're going to be at the debate. Yeah, a week from Saturday. So not this Saturday, but next Saturday. That's when I'm booked to fly into Atlanta, or otherwise known as Flatlanta.
Flat Earth New England said they had 2 already, and they're working on setting up a 3rd in a couple.
Fine. Look, do you know how many promos I've had so far? Don't get me started. I'd like the Colorado ones. I have no idea what number they're on. I just stopped counting, I think.
They'll just have a continual meetup. Eventually there will be no more meetups on Flat Earth.
They'll just, people.
A meetup.
Yeah, people will just know. People will just be able to talk anywhere about it. Are the secret codes the agency drafted in the script of your prepper guide? No, because I wrote the prepper guide a long time ago.
Just ignore all that dumb.
Well, no, that was Arwen that wrote that.
Oh, it's Arwen. Oh, sorry.
That's Arwen. That's what he'll do. He'll write that stuff. No, I wrote that right after Hurricane Katrina because I was really upset that a lot of people that were relocated from New Orleans, the ones that came back didn't prep at all. 75%.
I was in New Orleans. I did not evacuate. I stayed for 3 days, and I did have prep supplies there and was able to. I had food, I had water, I had batteries, I had everything. But I ended up leaving because it was just so hot, and I had the means to leave. So
the Boston Globe is going to show up to New England's next meetup.
Interesting. The Boston Globe.
Well,
the Boston Plane. They're going to have to work on the name change. Think of how many businesses, if all this does come and happen and things do change, will have to change their names. Think about it.
Yeah, although some will. Yeah, they will. Slowly but surely they will. I kind of think it'll be kind of like the SUV market. All the companies that swore they would never make a SUV car, but it was inevitable. So like the holdouts were, Jaguar and Porsche and Mercedes, and all the luxury car models. It's like SUVs, unwashed heathens. We'll never do that. And it's like, no, that market never went away. The Jeep Cherokee changed it frickin' all. I never would have thought it. It's like, yeah, it's a catchy car, but it's not like everyone wants to drive it. But what happened was it became a hybrid buying decision. It wasn't about the utility necessarily. It was the fact that men and women, you know how they say in a compromise, neither side is happy. That's why, men and women walking, usually it's like, okay, once either the husband or the wife is going to be upset with whatever car they buy. But now neither side is upset. And neither side is super thrilled either, but they both can buy something. Sort of like the Subaru. The only reason Subaru even sold cars right now is because women think it's functional and men think, oh, it's pretty sporty.
Looks like Subtle Infinity is in the chat, and he was saying that your approach will be dangerous in the future when you are presented with what you haven't acknowledged yet, which I guess is the sufferings of all people of melanated people. People with melanin in their skin.
And I'm not trying to belittle anyone's suffering, but get in line. Which group has suffered more? Take your pick. You want to go with Jewish? It doesn't even
matter.
Jewish
Everyone
people?
will have their own peoples as the ones that have suffered more.
You know what I mean, though, right? I mean,
I acknowledge the suffering.
There's advocacy groups for just about every demographic you can think of.
This is true.
And seriously, if you
there's even redhead prejudice. Seriously.
Yes,
There's-
yes, there
it's
is.
ginger. They call it
Yeah.
ginger.
Not in this country too much. Well, yeah, because you
Right.
got the
I
devil's
know
red
that's
hair.
minor and it's not a history of suffering. I'm not saying
They're
it's equal,
soulless
but
demon spawn that really should be exterminated. And of course, again, you know my opinion, none of these things can hold a candle to the rage that I feel for the Eskimos
yeah, well, yeah, it's one of those things.
and the Himalayan Sherpas.
Yeah.
Both of them. If I had a genie in a bottle, gone. Boom, boom. That's it. The world's a better place.
Well, I'm hoping as we move forward, we will have progress and not use other groups of people to carry our burdens for us. We'll carry our own and help our neighbor. That's the flat earth I'm here for.
Absolutely.
That's the
and that's
future
and that's
I'm
what it
here
is.
for.
I called it, not only is it the fear killer, but flat earth is the discrimination killer.
Yeah.
It should be that. How people, if you're not getting that part of the message yet, that flat earth wipes out bigotry, that wipes out sex crimes, or should wipe out these things, then you're not fully on board yet. You're still holding on to some of your old
It
ideals.
doesn't wipe out what happened in the past, but in the future, going forward,
You don't have an excuse in the future.
yeah, we're
don't.
on a level plane now, everyone.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Mark
That's the good thing
television
about
level.
this. That's the exciting, enlivening thing about this, even if it's a horrible, massive deception that we've been put under. We've been really put under a spell. We've had our past robbed from us, but yet that's the past.
But it
Going
wasn't
forward,
just it wasn't just our past though. It was
it was
our
our
parents. I mean,
yes.
it was 20 generations before us.
Yes.
We just happened to be lucky enough to reach a stage where our technology can be used for discovery, among other things.
Well, I guess we can call it a show. Bill Keith has a great end to our show who says the answer to 1984 is 33 AD versus treat others better than you treat yourself. Not even close.
It's good. And of course, he's referring, that's a little trivia question to the person who said the 1984 one. Tiger Dan. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Hang on. The Flat Earth Oregon meetup, August 3rd, 7 p.m. Portland, or the Black Brew Pub on Hawthorne. If you want me to do a promo for that, email me. If someone wants to do a promo, or you want to do a meetup, send me what you got. Send me your information, whatever restaurant or bar.
This is what Mark does for Flat Earth.
That's one of the things I do. Send it to me. I've got the templates built. I will make them up real quick. And not necessarily I'm going to go. And I'm still holding off on the Seattle one until HBO makes up their mind and figures out what they're going to do. Because you know how that works. It's like, oh yeah, I should do a Seattle one. Then the second it's over, they're going to call, and it's like, oh crap. So
well, that's it from over here in Houston, Texas, and that's that from over there on Whidbey Island, right outside of Seattle, in the great state of Washington.
Whidbey.
It's Mark Sargent and Patricia Steere. Thanks to all who've been here in chat. Thanks to all the emails that I've read, or people who've written the emails and the pictures that you've sent me that I was able to show today on the show. And until we meet again, which I'm not quite sure when that will be, but definitely I haven't scheduled any shows since I just got back from a trip yet for this week. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but we'll definitely be back next Wednesday. And until then, from myself and Mark, keep it flat.
Flat. The eclipse will purge everything.